Let's continue working on our Wayne Thiebaud Gumball machine project. So we learned that Wayne Thiebaud focused on using light and shadow in his paintings to make them look real. So where is the shadow in this painting and where is the light? We are going to add shadow and highlights to our Gumball machine project today when we add color. So let's review the directions for day 2 of our Gumball machine project. For your supplies today, you'll need your project from last week, maybe a pencil and a black Sharpie to outline if you still need to do that, and we'll be adding color today with crayons and markers. First, finish drawing and outlining your Gumball machine if you need to. Then, color in your Gumball machine with crayons. After, color your background and floor with markers. Choose 2 different colors that contrast each other or make each other stand out. Like my background is pink and my floor is blue. The last thing we're going to do is draw a cast shadow on the right side of our Gumball machine, and we'll color it in a dark color with crayon. So the cast shadow is the dark shape that you see on the right side of the Gumball machine. It's the shape of the Gumball machine on the floor. All right, artists, let's watch all these steps now. So today is all about adding color to your Gumball machine. If you haven't finished drawing or outlining your Gumball machine, do that first and then you can start adding color. So we'll be using some crayons to color in our Gumball machine and all of the gumballs. And then we'll be picking 2 different colors of markers to use for our background and the floor that our Gumball machine is sitting on. So you'll want to pick 2 contrasting colors or 2 different colors. So I have pink here and blue. If I had pink and let's say red, those aren't really contrasting because they're very similar colors. So you want to pick 2 different colors. So the first thing I'm going to think about is what color I want my Gumball machine to be. So that would be this area and then also the top part of the Gumball machine. And often we might see them in red, but they can really be any color that you like. I'm going to make mine yellow. So I'm going to color in this whole area yellow, and then I will add a couple other colors on top to create some shadows. Colored in my Gumball machine yellow and the top part of my machine yellow. I have a darker yellow here. I'm going to go along the edges of my Gumball machine with this darker yellow and just kind of blend it into the regular yellow. And this is adding a little bit of value or a little bit of a shadow along the edge. And if you do this, it will really make your Gumball machine pop out a little bit more and look realistic like Wayne Thiebaud's paintings do, because he layered and blended his colors a lot. So if you're using, let's say, a blue for your Gumball machine, you may want to use a lighter blue to color it in and then find a darker blue to do the edges with. This is just an extra special touch you can do to yours to make it look super cool and realistic. Now let's go over how to color in our gumballs. We're going to leave the large circle of our gumball machine white because it would be see-through in real life. And we're going to color in all of our gumballs. When we're coloring in our gumballs, one thing you can do to make them look realistic is leave a little bit of a highlight or an area that's left white, and that is where the light is shining on the gumball. So notice I drew a little circle and I left that white, and then I colored in the rest of the gumball with my color. So let's try another one. So I drew a little circle near the top, and then I'm going to color in the rest of the gumball and leave the little circle white. And again, that area is called the highlight. And when you do this, it's going to make your art look realistic like Wayne Thiebaud's. When you're coloring in your gumballs, try to spread out your color a little bit. So I wouldn't necessarily put another pink gumball right next to my pink gumball that's here. I'd probably want to put it up here. and I would pick out a variety of colors for your gumballs. Now that I've finished coloring in my gumballs, I can color in some other parts on my gumball machine. So I have a gray and a black. I'm going to use those colors for the remaining areas that aren't colored in. So again, this is where you would put your money into the gumball machine to get a gumball, and it would probably be some kind of metal. So I'm coloring it in with a gray crayon. The part where you would put your coins in might be a little bit darker, so I'm coloring that in with dark gray and then blending some black on top. I'm gonna put a little black around the edges to make this area pop out. I'm also going to color in this part gray and this part because I think those would be metal as well. Also, the hole where your gumball would come out would probably be a dark color because it's coming out from inside the machine. So I'm going to color that in black, and then you could choose a color for the gumball that is coming out. Now that I'm done coloring in my gumball machine, I'm going to use two different colors of markers for my background and the floor that my machine is sitting on. So for my background, I'm going to use pink, and then for the floor, I'm going to use blue. But you can pick any colors that you like. Just remember to pick two different colors. You could think of maybe one warm color and one cool color. It's a good idea to outline your gumball machine's shape first with your marker. Just go along the edges, and then you can fill in the area easier without going over the lines, because we don't want to get any of the marker on the gumball machine. Now I've colored in my background and my floor with marker. The last thing I need to do is add a cast shadow for my gumball machine on the floor. When we looked at Wayne Thiebaud's artwork, we noticed that he always includes a shadow for the objects in his paintings. So we're going to do the same thing. So you could use a pencil to draw a diagonal line. A diagonal line, remember, goes at an angle. It's straight, but it's going at an angle, and this one is going up a little bit, just from the right side of your gumball machine out to the edge of the paper. Then this whole area here, you're going to color in with a dark color of crayon. So my floor is blue. I have a dark blue here that I can overlap onto the marker and make it look darker. I could also do this by blending in a little bit of black or gray on top of the blue. Let's say your floor was pink. Then you might want to pick a dark pink crayon to color over the pink marker. Or even a red would make your pink look a little bit darker. You could also use a neutral color like black or gray. So here I'm going to put a little bit of black on top, and I'm blending that into the blue. And that's making the marker look darker. So it's adding a value. It's a darker shade of blue now, and it looks more like a shadow. Then for an extra little touch here, I'm going to put a little bit of black crayon along the right side, right on my gumball machine. And this is going to give that side a little bit of a shadow as well. So it's going to really pop out and make my gumball machine look even more realistic. Okay, artists, that's it for our Wayne Thiebaud gumball machine. I hope you had so much fun creating your own gumball machine inspired by Wayne Thiebaud. I can't wait to see what you create. Have fun!